feeling safe in your presence with unconditional love, where there's nothing being asked of them, there's no demands, there's no judgment for what they're experiencing, there's just space to feel unconditional love through your own presence and the safety that your presence can bring them. You want to practice gifting that to your own inner self.
Welcome to Kristin's Quantum Catalyzers, where we explore body, mind, and soul to activate the infinite love of who you truly are. Here, we play with neuroscience and consciousness to explore and expand inner realities in transcendent ways and experience heaven on earth through the magic of our own divine soul essence. This healing journey of inner work gets to be fun, provide accelerated results of lasting transformation, and be so enjoyable that you look forward to showing up for it and reaping the rewards of how you consciously direct your inner energy through love and presence. I'm your host, Kristin Windsor, teacher, guide, mentor, and speaker, here to help unify body, mind, soul using neuroscience, consciousness, and infinite love. Thank you for joining Kristin's Quantum Catalyzers. Here's how to heal your anxiety for good. And I'm talking for good. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're at, how long you've been struggling with anxiety, how severe or intense it is. You have infinite power to achieve 100% healing resolution and to sustain that inner well-being for the rest of your beautiful life. And I am speaking from intimate personal experience. Back in 2018 to 2019, my past self was living with 24/7 anxiety to the point where it was debilitating, showing up in mental thoughts and sensations in the body and emotional disruptions and distortions of self and reality. 24/7 anxiety, completely debilitating, had been ever increasing for decades. Anxiety had been constant for decades. And back then, 2018, 2019, my past self was struggling with panic attacks that happened almost daily, and they lasted over 2 hours to the point where it felt like she was literally having a heart attack. My past self went from that point to applying the insights I'm about to share with you and was able to achieve 100% healing resolution of all anxiety and all the many manifestations of it in less than 3 years. And now it has been years since I've experienced any form of anxiety. Something that used to be a daily norm, I can't even imagine struggling with now. And all of this was done through my own independent self-healing efforts and the practices cultivated on a consistent daily basis. So the power that I have to transform this struggle is the same power that you have. And the opportunities that I created for myself, you also have the opportunity to create. These practices can be incorporated in your everyday life. And so here is how you can heal your anxiety for good. The first key is to understand what's causing the anxiety. The short answer is that there are unconscious memories inside of your body where your body remembers in a sensational way, not a conscious way, but an unconscious way. Your body remembers not feeling safe. And those energies from the past continuously accumulate inside of the body and then manifest through the clue of anxiety. Clue is a reframe for symptom. There's a clue about the well-being
of your inner realities, your mental, emotional, somatic, and energetic health and well-being, there are these clues that show up. And when we pay attention to the deeper purpose behind these clues and not just labeling them as symptoms and trying to get rid of them, then you can get to the root cause and create lasting transformation in a way that brings deep healing and loving liberation to all parts of your being. So the first step is to understand what's causing the anxiety. It's disruptions of how the body-mind is navigating your life because of unconscious memories from past experiences that have gradually accumulated where your body doesn't feel safe. Parts of you don't feel safe to be inside of your body. And then that disrupts the regulation of different brain-body processes, including the nervous system. And so in order to help reduce the anxiety and gradually resolve it, it is a gradual process, but healing is 100% possible no matter what. The goal is to help all parts of you feel safe inside of your body right here, right now. And you get to choose how you practice that, but it needs to be a daily practice. Parts of you need to learn to trust you and to trust that you are going to show up for them. There are parts of you struggling with this anxiety, struggling with being associated with these unconscious memories of not feeling safe. And those parts of you need you. They, parts of you, are relying on you as awareness of self to show up for them. And so you need to have daily practices to build inner trust with parts of your own self. If you show up to meditate on occasion, or to help regulate your nervous system on occasion, or to get grounded on occasion, then the parts of you are like, well, they're not really actually showing up for me consistently. So how am I supposed to trust that they're going to be there when I need it? And then not having a sense of inner trust perpetuates not feeling safe in your body. And that can stop you from creating this healing transformation. So the first key is to understand what causes the anxiety, okay? Unconscious memories in your body from not feeling safe, long story short. And then you need to know that there has to be daily practices. And it doesn't have to be a big thing, although big things are cool too. But as long as you are doing something every single day to show those parts of you that you are willing to show up for them, to help them feel safe. And that's a way to work with parts of self, which is one of the things that we'll talk about. You start to cultivate inner trust, which helps you feel safe in your body. If you can learn to trust yourself, which you can do by cultivating consistent daily habits where parts of you are like, oh wow, they're actually showing up for me, that will start to help you feel safe and to trust and believe in yourself and your power to transform the struggle that you're facing. And so now I'm going to share several options for the daily practices that you can cultivate. And these are the key things that allowed my past self to achieve 100% resolution of the worst anxiety imaginable in less than 3 years, completely on her own, revealing the truth that we all have infinite power to create healing for our own inner self. Okay, so one of the practices that you can play with is something I call bilateral body movements. And it's where you're moving the limbs of your body, so your arms and your legs and what they're connected with, your hips and your torso, in a way that is either both sides at the same time, doing the same motion at the same time, or alternating, okay? And some of these are very similar to Tai Chi type movements, okay? But for my past self, it was all very intuitive. She didn't follow any structure or pattern, but she started to notice that when you practice bilateral body movements, that's just what she called it, you're moving the two halves of your body either at the same time in the same way, or with one half of your body leading and then the other half of your body following. And she noticed that when she started to do it,
there was a greater coherence of her inner energy, and it helped to regulate the brain hemispheres. It helped to engage the front, middle, and back parts of the brain in a more harmonious way. The front part of your brain is about self-awareness. The middle part of your brain is about emotions. And the back part of your brain is about just basic regulated homeostasis, being in your body, you know, breathing, sleeping, eating, digesting food, your heart rate, stuff like that. And so when doing these bilateral body movements, she noticed these different regions of her brain started to have more congruence. Instead of all the different regions of the brain just having their own activity without connection with each other, they started to be more calm and cooperative, which helped reduce the anxiety. And it increased nervous system regulation. And it can help repattern some of the unconscious memories inside of the body by working with the body's connective tissue. When you are in a gentle movement in your body, you're allowing the connective tissue that carries those unconscious memories to release the stuck energies within them and be repatterned with love and presence. And in addition, if you practice this barefoot outside, which is what my past self did every single day for 3 years, barefoot outside, practicing these bilateral body movements, either in total stillness or with some meditative music, for example, then you're helping your body feel safe to be, helping ground in your body in a way where your energy is flowing in a very synchronistic way because you're doing these gentle movements over and over and over again. And that can help repattern the memories of the body, creating new body memories that have the power to transmute some of the existing data that's contributing to your anxiety. So my third tip for conquering your anxiety once and for all, having infinite power within that personal experience, is to practice bilateral body movements or intuitive dancing, which can often be very similar to that. If you intuitively start moving, you might notice yourself moving in a synchronistic way, where the two halves of your body are, again, either moving at the same way in the same time, doing the same motion at the same time, or one half of your body leads and then the other half of your body follows and repeats that same motion. And so intuitive dancing or intuitive body movement is another way to phrase that. My fourth tip is to practice a 2-hour-long self-love staycation where you create a felt sense of safety in your body. What does that mean and why would you practice it? So a first great step is to be in a practice of meditation each day. And that can start with 30 seconds, just 30 seconds. And then it can be 2 minutes. And then it can be 5 minutes. And then it can be 7 minutes. And then it can be 10 minutes, right? And you gradually build your window of tolerance of just being in pure presence and pure stillness. But once you've moved past that point, okay, you've already been practicing meditation for weeks, months, maybe even years, you know how to sit in silence for 10, 15 minutes. You know how to calm your mind, okay? Then you want to take it the next step further and practice basically a meditative state for 2 full hours. But in this, it's not necessarily the same as your traditional meditation. And so that's why I call it a self-love staycation. What you're going to do is you're going to go out and find somewhere quiet and calm in nature. This could be by a river or a babbling brook, some kind of gentle moving water. This could be at a park where there's grass and maybe some trees or bushes, maybe even some squirrels and butterflies or something. This could be around animals that you know, if you know somebody with farm animals, for example, or horses or some kind of pet animals that you can spend time with. You can go there, maybe your backyard, on a walk out into the hills, on a hiking trail, and you find a quiet little spot to just go sit by, or a lake or something, the beach, go to a forest, okay? Find somewhere in nature where it's mostly quiet, or
the majority or all of the noise that you hear is from nature. If you can go somewhere in nature where every sound is stillness or something inside of nature, some kind of, the leaves blowing in the breeze or the birds singing or whatever it might be, that is ideal. So once you find your location, you want to go and you want to set a timer and then set the timer aside. Don't you dare check it for a single moment. Anytime that you check the timer, you're feeding into the unconscious memories of your body instead of healing and transforming them. But set the timer aside or just start first practicing without a timer set. And you want to stay there for 2 full hours. And again, you can gradually work your way up to this. Practice 15 minutes, practice 20, then 30 minutes. Okay, gradually build yourself up. But the goal is to spend 2 full hours in a self-love staycation. And we call it self-love staycation and not just meditation because you're not just meditating. The goal is to have your eyes open and to practice noticing grounding sensory stimulus in every moment in a way that helps your body feel your own unconditional love. If there's somebody struggling with anxiety externally, okay, think your best friend or something, they come to you, what would they love to experience? They would love to experience feeling safe in your presence with unconditional love, where there's nothing being asked of them, there's no demands, there's no judgment for what they're experiencing, there's just space to feel unconditional love through your own presence and the safety that your presence can bring them. You want to practice gifting that to your own inner self. Parts of you struggling with anxiety need your friendship, need your unconditional love, need to learn how to feel safe in the beautiful power of your own inner presence. And so as you practice this, what happens is every moment that you notice grounding sensory stimulus, gentle stimulus of nature, seeing and feeling and smelling the grass, seeing and hearing and touching the leaves as they rustle in the breeze, noticing the designs on ladybugs or dragonflies or snails or frogs or whatever creatures you see, smelling the flower and feeling each petal, right? So you're not just staying in like some closed-eyed meditative state, you're engaging in the sensory stimulus, but you're noticing only that. And what happens is your body, as there's patterns of anxiety, will have all kinds of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and impulses. And there will be a stream of thought and inner dialogue. And this emotional sensation that arises and this feeling in your body and an impulse to reach for your phone or to go do something else or to go here or do that or let's walk over, okay, let's leave. That's the flight response kind of coming in the nervous system, is that you need to go do something or be somewhere, not just sit in stillness. And every time you notice a grounding piece of sensory stimulus in nature, gentle stimulus that grounds you, brings you into presence with your body, and you respond and redirect towards that instead of responding to the thoughts, feelings, and impulses, you start to rewire the unconscious memories inside of your body that are creating those patterns of inner navigation. And every moment that you redirect towards presence in your body and safety in the moment, you are rewiring the underlying cause of it. And speaking from experience, if you spend a full 2 hours, you'll probably redirect yourself hundreds of times, hundreds of different thoughts and feelings and sensations and impulses and urges and action patterns and all these things that are related somehow, directly or indirectly, with the anxiety, all coming from these unconscious memories in your body where your body remembers not feeling safe, okay? You might redirect hundreds of times. I'm looking at the leaf. I'm feeling my feet on the ground. I'm feeling my breath. I'm looking at the flower. I see the flower petal. I feel the flower between my fingers. Every time you redirect towards that sensory stimulus and you practice showing all parts of you safety in your body in the moment, instead of responding to any of those patterns of thoughts, feelings, emotions,
impulses that are coming from the unconscious memories of your body, you are creating deep healing transformation at the root cause of your experience. And so this practice is not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. When you're struggling with all these inner projections, it can be really indescribably hard to sit there and notice the grass under your feet when there's a million things inside of you screaming other things, right? But that is the process of reclaiming your power. And so my past self showed up for this every single day, sometimes multiple times a day if she had the time, every single day for this practice. It doesn't matter if she had to wake up early or stay up late or carve out space in the afternoon and move things around. She showed up every single day and spent over 2 hours in perfect stillness. Although it didn't feel like stillness, it felt like 1,000 inner voices screaming and every sensation of her body wanting to run and go do all these other things. But that is how she healed the anxiety for good. Practice is what matters. And so even if you're only showing up for 15 minutes a day in the beginning of this journey, that's fine. But show up every single day and gradually increase the goal of what you're doing in your practice. The fifth key that I can share is a simple one. It's our basic health and well-being, but it's not to be underestimated, is 20 to 90 minutes of grounding exercise, okay? The last couple were very gentle ways of being in the body to show the body safety, gentle movements, gentle stillness. But now that we have this calmness and this stillness, we want to teach the body how to handle healthy stress. And so doing a form of exercise that gets your heart rate going, right? Your heart rate is what is increasing when there's anxiety, okay? But to be able to build up a tolerance for that to happen in a healthy way, to feel healthy stress, that is really powerful. And it might be a very gradual process of being able to do that without going into an overly dysregulated state. So be mindful, maybe do things that don't get your heart rate going, but still bring exercise like yoga or Pilates instead of like high intensity interval training or big long runs and jogs. Be mindful, pick what, serves your journey at each step of the way. But to teach your body how to feel safe within the form of healthy stress and pushing the limits of your body. And then the other key here is as you engage your muscles, you start to feel more grounded. And when your body feels strong, you have more opportunity to feel safe in your body. There's a lot of different reasons why this is the case. Some of it has to do with the information in our body's connective tissue and how it carries unconscious memories that navigate our life, and how those connective tissues are supporting our muscles as they get ripped apart and then regrow themselves while we exercise. Lots of different implications on our mental health, our emotional health, okay? But if you can do 20 to 90 minutes of exercise every single day where you are pushing the limits of your body, consciously connecting with the engagement of your muscles and gradually working to increase your heart rate in a way where you can handle healthy stress in your body, that is also going to help repattern the unconscious memories in your body. When you can feel safe to exercise, safe to have conscious connection between your mental awareness and the activity and engagement of muscles in your body, mind-body connection, when you can feel safe to get strong in your body, to feel the strength of your body, to feel your fatigued muscles, allowing you to be more grounded in your body and to learn how to self-regulate your breathing as your heart rate increases during exercise, this will allow you to gradually build these inner skill sets as you repattern the unconscious memories of your body and help your body learn to feel safe again. Number 6 is to practice feeling enjoyment in your body. And this can happen, for example, by channeling the energy of that anxiety into creativity and then noticing any sensations of enjoyment, pleasure, or satisfaction as you use the energy of that anxiety to creatively express yourself or to achieve something or accomplish something or creatively express yourself in some capacity, or to also practice feeling enjoyment, pleasure, and satisfaction through gentle grounding stimulus, such as the taste of food, or feeling water on your body as you shower, or feeling the texture of your own hair or your own skin, or smelling a flower, or feeling your bare feet on the ground, or whatever it might be, to start to practice feeling enjoyment inside of your body. When your body doesn't feel safe, it cuts you off from feeling enjoyment, pleasure, or satisfaction in your body. So once you go through some of the things that I've already shared, your body starts to feel safe to be. You're doing the bilateral body movements. You're doing this grounding practice where you redirect from the sensations of inner experience and notice gentle stimulus, and you're, growing strong inside of your body through exercise. These different practices, now you're more present with your body, but now you want to learn how to enjoy being present in your body, not to just practice the fact that you are present, but to start to learn to enjoy being present. And then you'll want more presence because you'll learn how to feel the enjoyment of this. And this, again, all of this is a gradual process. So every little baby step plants seeds, but to practice enjoying being in your body, such as through channeling that nervous, anxious energy into some form of creativity, and also having a practice where you enjoy some aspect of sensory stimulus, something you feel on your skin, hear through your ears, taste on your tongue, smell through your nose, see through your eyes, some form of sensory stimulus that you can find enjoyment, pleasure, and satisfaction in a healthy way, where you're not like binge eating and overly indulging to enjoy food, but where you're slowing down and there's a deep mindful awareness, a deep presence with that sensation. So you really want to slow down in order to enjoy that sensory stimulus. The most important and powerful practice that you absolutely should incorporate in your everyday life, especially if you are committed to creating that deep healing for all parts of yourself, so you can know peace, tranquility, stillness, calm, bliss, serenity, and reclaim power and authority within your life. The most powerful practice is to work and play with parts of self. And this is something I especially teach through my one-on-one mentorship offering, which is something I'll share more about here in a bit. But working with parts of self, there's a couple key steps. The first is to be the observer of yourself within your experience, and to not be caught up in the sensations. Once you practice being the observer, you then want to have a deeper connection with parts of you. And so instead of reacting to the experience, start to consciously respond to your own inner experiencer and what they need in that moment. It's basically a form of self-love where you practice being your own best friend. And that's how it can be in the introductory starter stages of this journey. There's beautiful, beautiful ways to dive deeper into the practice of connecting with aspects of self through parts of the body-mind. But a great first step is just to practice being the observer and then responding to your own inner self or parts of self like you would respond to a best friend.
And so instead of reacting to the fact that you're having these sensations of anxiety, for example, you be the observer, you practice being the observer, and then you respond to the parts of you who are within that experience. And you notice that parts of you, are feeling that anxiety. And so you are just pure awareness. And then you notice the parts of you who are within the anxiety, and you describe it as they are feeling anxious. And in creating this distinction and connection, there's a greater space to choose a conscious response. Instead of, I'm feeling anxious, it's, I am the awareness of myself and I'm noticing parts of me and they are feeling anxious. Then you respond to those parts of you with a greater gap between stimulus and response, or a greater window of tolerance, or greater powers for dual awareness, however you want to describe it. And so you respond to the parts of you within their experience instead of just reacting to the experience that you're already in. And then a way you can take that deeper is to practice eye gazing in mirrors. And if you can reach a point where you notice the presence of your breath and you get lost in the beautiful gaze of your eyes and you feel safe being in your body in the present moment, that is the ultimate goal of the journey here. And then to increase from there and to start to feel a deeper connection with all parts of you, and to start to feel greater and greater pleasure, satisfaction, and enjoyment being inside of your body. And incorporated in all of these different practices is an emphasis on conscious breathing, where you really tune in with your breath and allow for your inhales and exhales to become deeper and longer and slower and more in rhythmic, mindful presence through your own loving awareness. And also body shaking, right? If you're doing a workout, maybe between the exercises you're doing or afterwards, you just kind of shake it off, right? You just kind of let all the different parts of your body shake. Or when you're doing the intuitive dancing, the bilateral body movements, maybe you just start shaking your body. And when you're doing the self-love staycation, the prolonged meditative practice of loving presence with your own inner self, really focusing on that breath and just gentle body movement as inspired. And so we really just want to help you feel safe inside of your body in a way that nourishes loving presence and enjoyment within your own inner being. This is the exact journey. Each of the things that I shared here accumulate. This is the exact process that my past self used to go from 24/7 debilitating anxiety with 2-hour-long daily panic attacks from this ever-increasing anxiety that had literally been going on for 20 years. Going from there to starting these practices based on neuroscience, consciousness, and infinite love, and achieving 100% healing resolution of all associated battles in less than 3 years. Less than 3 years. To transform the greatest depths of this struggle, and for that to be sustained for the years to come, okay? After 20 years where nothing helped anxiety, to be completely free in less than 3 years, where I'm now years into it, completely free, never experiencing that again. These daily practices are worth investing in. You are worth investing in. So you have infinite power to repattern the unconscious memories in your body, to connect deeper with all parts of you, and to help your body and parts of self in your body feel safe to just be, to feel safe to be in your body, to feel safe to enjoy being in your body. And if you are ready to dive even deeper, I would be absolutely honored to serve and support you through my one-on-one mentorship journey. What I shared here is just a tiny taste of the magic that we dive into. If you are committed to your best life and your truest self, I would be honored to serve and support you through my one-on-one mentorship journey. This journey is for you if you desire deeper connection with the fullness of life and the wholeness of your true self. If you are eager to reclaim sovereign authority in your mind, to rewrite life stories held in your body, and to reconnect with all aspects of your true soul self. To be completely free from any past pains, deeply and totally transforming all traumas without ever needing to look back at their details. To intimately understand all of the intricate miracles that make you, you, and to know thyself beyond anything you dreamed possible. This journey is for you if you crave greater self-worth and confidence to embody, enjoy, express, and expand into your highest, truest, fullest self. And for your body, mind, soul to feel like a luxurious mansion where you feel nourished, supported, and unconditionally loved from your own inner realities. Where your thoughts feel like a loving best friend, your emotions feel like heaven on earth, and your choices support your best life. And you get to fully feel the expansion of your personal identity as you reunify with the activated and awakened essence of your sacred soul, where you get to intimately know all aspects of your true self within body, mind, and soul, nourish inner relationships to feel the infinite love of who you really are, activate the power of your consciousness to lovingly rewire your brain, body, and subconscious to influence life from the inside out, to resolve disruptions of inner well-being, heal at the root cause, to create lasting inner change, and expand health in your mental, emotional, somatic, and energetic bodies, and experience revolutionary expansion through your thoughts, emotions, habits, behaviors, etc. And then to further cultivate feelings of heaven on earth from within. To repattern body, mind, and soul so you naturally navigate self and life through inner presence, power, peace, bliss, joy, love, abundance, freedom, wholeness, fulfillment, passion, pleasure, play, awe, wonder, magic, curiosity, courage, self-leadership, inner trust, empowered confidence, and embodied worthiness. If you are committed to your inner expansion of body, mind, and soul, I would love to share sacred space with you through a free complimentary miracle meeting, a private one-on-one video call where we can clarify how this journey can best serve and support you at this time.
Discover all of the amazing details below, and you can personally connect with me through Instagram or email, and we can take the next step together.
I look forward to connecting with you and serving and supporting the next step of your most expansive life.
Thank you for joining Kristin's Quantum Catalyzers for this incredible adventure, deep diving into body, mind, and soul through neuroscience, consciousness, and infinite love to be in service to your true self and your best life. If you enjoyed or gained anything from this adventure here, please feel free to share it with someone you know. Give us an amazing rating here on this beautiful platform, and stay tuned for upcoming adventures. I look forward to serving and supporting your beautiful pathway of loving liberation.